I let my neighbor's teenager use my phone to call her mom, and 2 hours later, I was explaining myself to a detective. She knocked on my door around 4 p.m., looking upset. Mascara streaked down her cheeks like she'd been crying for a while. My phone died. Can I use yours to call my mom? I'd seen her around the building a few times. Quiet kid, always had headphones in. Seemed harmless enough. I handed it over without thinking. Sure, no problem. She stepped into the hallway, talked for maybe 2 minutes, then gave it back and thanked me. Her voice was shaky but polite. You okay? I asked. Yeah, just family stuff. She managed a weak smile and headed toward the stairs. I went back inside and didn't think about it again. 2 hours later, there's pounding on my door. Not knocking, pounding. A detective and a uniformed officer stood there, both looking serious. The detective had his badge out before I even said hello. We need to talk about your neighbor, Lily. Okay. Is she all right? She's missing. Her mother says she never came home from school. The detective's eyes locked on mine. You were the last person to see her. My throat went dry. She just borrowed my phone to call her mom. That's it. She was here for like 2 minutes. Mind if we take a look at that phone? I unlocked it and handed it over, trying to stay calm. I had nothing to hide. The detective scrolled through my messages, his expression neutral at first. Then he stopped. His jaw tightened. These messages, you want to explain these? He turned the screen toward me. Texts to an unknown number I didn't recognize. Meet me at the usual spot, 6 p.m. and don't tell anyone about this. My stomach dropped. I didn't send those. She must have. A 16-year-old girl uses your phone for 2 minutes, then disappears an hour later, and we find messages arranging a secret meeting? He wasn't buying it. That's a hell of a coincidence. I swear I didn't send anything. Check the timestamps. She had my phone right around then. The uniformed officer was already looking around my apartment, noting everything. Anyone else live here? No, just me. That's interesting. The detective pulled out a notepad. Because neighbors reported seeing someone else entering your unit around 3:30 today. A younger person. That was probably her coming to ask, at 3:30? You said she came at 4. I tried to remember. Had it been earlier? The whole afternoon was blurring together now. I don't know the exact time. Maybe it was 3:30. Does it matter? It matters when a minor goes missing and you're the last known contact. My phone buzzed in the detective's hand. He glanced at the screen and his expression darkened. A text from the same unknown number. Where are you? I've been waiting for 20 minutes. The detective's jaw tightened. You're coming with us. Wait, we can do this easy or hard. Your choice. I grabbed my keys and followed them out, my heart hammering. This was insane. I was just trying to help a kid make a phone call. At the station, they put me in an interview room. Gray walls, metal table, that one-way mirror you see in movies. It felt surreal. The detective sat across from me, arms crossed. Let's start from the beginning. I explained everything again. She knocked, asked to borrow my phone, made a call, gave it back. 2 minutes, maybe 3. I barely knew her. And you expect me to believe she sent those messages without you knowing? Yes, because that's what happened. Helpful. The detective leaned back in his chair. That's one word for it. Grooming is another. I'm not this is crazy. I was just being a decent neighbor. He stared at me for a long moment, trying to read me. Then the door opened. Another officer walked in with Lily. She was fine, completely fine. No tears, no distress, just embarrassed. She looked at the floor when she saw me. Tell him, the officer said. Lily's voice was barely a whisper. I'm sorry. I texted my boyfriend from his phone because my mom checks all my messages. We were supposed to run away together tonight, but he never showed up at the park. The detective stared at her, then at me. His expression shifted from suspicion to frustration. You're free to go! I grabbed my phone off the table and stood up, legs shaky. Wait, the detective called out. He looked at Lily. This boyfriend, what's his name? She hesitated, biting her lip. Ryan. The uniformed officer from my apartment suddenly froze. Ryan? Lily's eyes went wide with panic. Officer Mitchell, I didn't mean to. The detective slowly turned to face his colleague.